Tomorrow, April 20th, my eBay store will fall below standard for 90 days. This sucks. I already have a non-reliable USPS service in my area. So for this reason, I already have 2-day handling. I ship every single day except for Sunday anyway, because when I had same day or next day handling, I would always fall to above standard from top rated because I would always miss on my items weren't scanned on time metric, because my post offices wouldn't scan my items and they would even ship them out a day late. Just to be clear, I take responsibility for my account falling below standard. I don't blame USPS or eBay. It's up to me to make sure that my business is running smoothly. Even if it involves partnerships with other parties, I need to make sure that everyone is involved and on top of things in my business. About 17 days ago, I got 2 customers that said, hey, my items were supposed to be delivered like 4 days ago, just checking to see how things are going. And I said, oh, sorry about that. They have been shipped. I'll contact USPS to see what's up. I saw that those made it to the USPS facility and they were scanned in, but no additional tracking was updated after that. The next day, 2 more customers gave me the exact same messages and we had the exact same issue. 2 days after that, 2 more people did that. And then a couple days after that, another person said that about an item. And all 7 of these items were shipped out the same day to the same facility. These items never even made it to the second location. So I obviously called eBay. This has actually never happened to me on this large of a scale. It's happened a few times, but never 7 packages. And who knows, maybe even a few more that the customers just never even reached out to me. Anyway, I called eBay and I said, what do I need to do? And the rep told me that on all these cases, all 7 of these customers opened item not received cases. And the rep told me, just update the tracking before it says you have to respond to by April 11th, for example. So I did that. I also asked, are you sure that's all I have to do? What if it just continues to get delayed and delayed and delayed and it never actually makes it to them? And the rep said, as long as you just keep updating the tracking over and over and over again, then you'll be good to go. So that's what I did on all 7 of these packages. Then I woke up one day to 3 defects labeled under no buyer resolution. So I obviously called eBay and said, hey, what is going on? I was told to do this and I still got the defect, and they refunded the buyers with my money, which if customer service is number one, so if it came down to it where I just had to if eBay's policy was, oh, just refund them to avoid any defects, then I would have done that. It ended up being like $138 for these 7 items. They were all very small items. They were all fit in, the majority of the items could fit in these. So they were all very small items, and they all, I believe, all went on the same truck and headed to the same facility. I called eBay and they said, we can remove the defect for 2, but not all 3 of them. And I said, that sucks, but okay. So 1 of them remained on my account. 2 days later, I woke up to 4 new defects on my account, all for the same reasons, with these 7 items. So I called into eBay again and they would not remove these 4. So I now have 5 defects on my account, which puts me just over 0.30%. It's like 0.36. So that means I'm going to have to wait for all 5 of them or just 1 of them to fall off in order for me to get back to my top rated seller status, because all of my other metrics are in good standing. The rep did tell me, however, if any of these items actually do make it to the customer, these defects will fall off, which honestly I don't believe. I think it's already in the system, and even if the customer receives the item, I don't think it will be taken off. But what I actually think happened is all 7 of these items were on the same truck, and that truck got into some sort of accident, maybe even a rollover accident, and they will never make it to the customers because the tracking has been dead for 2-3 weeks now. So they're definitely never going to make it to the customers. So what I predict will happen to my account is I think that my sales will drop by about 20 to 30%. I think because of seasonality, it will drop an additional 5 to 10%. And then I will have to pay a 5% extra fees on top of that because I am below standard. Luckily, I practice what I preach. Going off on your own as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, it's very important that you have at least 6 months plus of your full-time bills stashed away in your bank account, liquid, ready to go at any moment. I'm not concerned that my eBay account is going to go to zero. And because of my multiple streams of income financially, things are going to be a-okay. But I would be lying to you guys if I said I wasn't stressed about this. I'm concerned about what's going to happen to my account. But I guess we're going to see what effects below standard truly has on a relatively high producing account. How severely will my sales drop? Will they even drop at all? Or will eBay cash in on the extra 5% fees that I'm going to have to be paying? Again, I made my prediction that I do think my sales will decrease, but maybe we will be surprised with how my sales continue. Or we will learn, yes, you need to avoid becoming below standard at all costs. Unfortunately, what this experience has taught me is I'm just going to refund buyers. On normal cases where, they received it, they don't like it, or they claim it's broken or whatever, okay, send it back to me. I'll refund you when you get it. But when people say, hey, I haven't received this item, I'm going to wait until the last day that I need to respond to it. And on that day, I'm just going to refund them. This is what eBay has trained me to do. I am okay losing a couple dozen or even a couple $100 refunding these purchases as opposed to dipping below standard and losing tens of thousands of dollars over the next 90 days. Moving forward, I still think that eBay is a glitch in the matrix. It's really an amazing opportunity for all of us. All the time I find things for $1 to $3 that I can sell for $60 to $80. It's just wild to me. So I'm going to continue to sell on eBay. I'm going to build my store back up to 3,000. I'm predicting lower sales, obviously. So I'm just going to keep listing and listing, and I'm going to be selling less than I'm listing per day. So I think I'm going to make it back to 3,000. I should be good to go by July 20th, and then hopefully I'll have like a really awesome Q3 and Q4. We'll see what happens there. Or maybe I just continue to keep having sales and just pay higher fees, which is okay too, I guess. Sucks, but it's just part of owning a business. It's past the point of control, so I just have to deal with the consequences, positive or negative. I don't know about your guys' situations or where you guys live, but these errors are becoming more and more prevalent for me. I constantly have people contacting me saying, hey, this item hasn't arrived yet, or hey, have you shipped this item? I go into these things and it says that the items have not been shipped out. And then all of a sudden, the day they receive it, it updates with a ton of tracking. That's a very common issue that I've been running into as well. It's super annoying, but it's just part of running an eBay business. All these people, most of them are very understanding. I just say, hey, unfortunately, my post office isn't the best. They don't scan a ton of items, but the item is on the way. A few days after the estimated date, if you still haven't received the item, message me or start a case and we can take care of things from there. But all of those always get worked out because it's just the post office not actually scanning orders at my location or even in other locations. And then all of a sudden, boom, it gets delivered. So yeah, just be careful out there I'm sure a lot of you guys are also receiving messages like this daily or weekly or monthly, depending on how many items you're selling. It's just important to really, really stay on top of these issues and make sure. I'm excited to build my store up to 3,000 again, and I'm also excited for sales to slow down a little bit and revisit my processes, tweak some things. I do think that a lot of the blame goes to eBay and USPS here, but some blame goes to me too, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that my systems are significantly cleaner and that this is run more as a top-notch business than just a side hustle or even a full-time income. So this sucks, but what you guys should expect from me in this channel is business as normal. I'm going to continue to sell as many items as I can on eBay and pump out content about eBay and reselling. I'll see you guys next time.